What's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're in this mysterious parking lot for a very good reason. The birds are out chirping. We got some greenery behind us. It's because of this car right here. This is the refresh, changed up, updated 2022 Lexus ES 350 F Sport. But before we get into this mid-size luxury sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. The ES 350, that really has been the sweet spot in Lexus's lineup for so many years, and in an industry where there's so much shift towards SUVs, it's nice to see a manufacturer still putting some heart and soul into their actual sedans. Now, this vehicle has been around for a few years. The particular chassis that this sits on and this generation has been around since 2019. So I know a lot of you were looking for a total redesign of the ES 350, but since it's only been a few years since 2019 having this setup, it makes sense for Lexus to bring some updates and some changes. Now, not only is it exterior, but there's also some things done to the interior in a very, very big way. Of course, this being a mid-size luxury sedan goes up against some mighty competition, those German Euro brands. And remember, this is not German and this is not Euro. This is Lexus. This is that premium brand from Toyota, been around since 1989. So this is gonna go up against that BMW 5 Series, the Audi A6, and the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. But what I wanna find out with this 2022 ES 350, is this the king of the mid-size luxury sedans? And should this be the one you're parking in your garage over that competition? Let's go ahead, let's dive in to our ES 350 F Sport and find out. Right off the bat, when you go F Sport is gonna bring some sporty style. And what the heck is new for 2022? It all starts at the front of the business. We're gonna get updated, upgraded headlight housings and design. So you're gonna be getting the LED daytime running lamps. I love the way they bring that signature look into the actual housing itself. You're gonna get LED turn signals and the optional multi-beam LED headlights. Look at the way they bring some nice detail to the actual interior housing of the overall headlights. The color looks really great, especially with our particular silver ES 350 F Sport. Now, as we drop down, this front fascia has been refreshed. You're gonna get some of that metallic gloss black, but the great news is on the outer edge of this vent down here, it is functional. Functional side air curtain. I like the way they use the same design on the corner vents as they do the main grille, and even the way they extended this lower corner gives it some nice style, something, like I said, part of that refresh. Now, as we come across that unmistakable grille, you're gonna see some changes. Look at the way they extend the outside perimeter of the front fascia off the grille instead of keeping it flush. Very unique. Because we have an F Sport model here, you're gonna get the dark chrome finish around the whole perimeter. You got that spindle waterfall grille design, that massive wide opening. Like I said, you're not gonna confuse this with any other luxury brand out there. That Lexus logo in the center. And one thing that Lexus is definitely really, really good at is fit and finish. And all of the lines and seams, everything, it's like the Egyptians that built the pyramids. You could take a credit card and everything is lined up very, very nicely. I like the way it extends in this lower section. And like I was saying earlier, the way the design of the grille matches the corner vents, but very, very sporty for the F Sport. Now, when we get up onto that low slung hood, the body lines come off that extension of the grille into the hood itself and then fades away. Then there's a little bit of a curve rise that goes towards the A-pillar. Everything else in the center is smooth, but as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Guess what? We have new wheels and tires on this thing. This is a 19-inch wheel. I love on the F Sport, you're gonna get the split spoke design. It's a satin black finish, really pops with the silver. And like I said, 19-inch wheel, 235 on the width, 40 series on the sidewall, and this is front wheel drive. The 350 is front wheel drive. You can get an all wheel drive, but that would be the ES 250, and there is also a hybrid. Clean on the fenders, nice subtle line. You're gonna get your F Sport badge, nothing too gaudy. And one thing that Lexus proclaims is that they do some tuning to the suspension and the chassis to make it a little bit more sportier of a driving experience. You're gonna get, of course, fully ventilated brake rotors, but I'm telling you, let me know what you think. I think the black with the silver, spot on the money. Now, as we come down the side, you can see that body line run down the side of the vehicle. We have some gloss black, and here's where Lexus confuses me. If this is the F Sport and they give you some dark chrome up front, why not make this dark chrome on the mirror cap? So we are gonna zonk that, but they give you the LED turn signal lighting. Same thing with the bright, shiny metalwork. Did you hear that adjective I used, bright? This should not be bright. This should be dark chrome, both top and bottom. Still looks very classy, but I would like a little bit more sport in my F, if you get what I'm saying, if you catch my drift. Color match on the door handles. Nothing too crazy going on down below, just a nice body line that kind of rises up at an angle towards the rear wheels. They do a great job with the styling of the trim as they flare it into the rear pillar. Nice quarter window. And then coming around the back, you see what they did? Look, here's the dark chrome finish. Why did they not bring this trim on the side of the vehicle? Kind of confuses me, but it does look good on the tail end of the business. You can see our updated taillights. Just like the headlights, LED, full LED, looking great. That signature design, L for love, L for Lexus. Trunk lid spoiler on the F Sport. I like the way that's a distinct visual appearance package that's gonna make it separate from the other ES350s. And as we drop down, you're gonna get functional, not fake, functional exhaust tips on both sides. This is that decorative trim ring, which looks pretty slick. And then you have this simulated rear diffuser with the ES350 badge. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and find out why they call this a 350. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts underneath the hood. It actually looks pretty tasteful. You're gonna get a metallic silver with black engine cover that looks great with the Lexus badge. And the wonderful news, when you're comparing it to the competition, you got naturally aspirated power. So the reason why they call this an ES350 is because it's a 3.5 liter V6, naturally aspirated, 302 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. I would like to see that 0 to 60 time drop below 6 seconds. Give me a high five, and I think that that would be a little bit more efficient. MPGs, 22 in the city, 32 on the highway, and the vehicle weighs 3,690 pounds. But like I was saying, overall, engine appearance looks great. Not a bunch of covers everywhere, just covering everything. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up the ES350 and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 refresh updated Lexus ES350 F Sport. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at those German Euro brands, but you know what? I've had them in the past. They break down on me. I got to take them to the shop, and then it costs me an arm and a leg, and I only have 2 legs and 2 arms, and I want to keep the other 2 that I have. So I'm really interested in this ES350 F Sport. How much is it? So MSRP, the way that you see this one option is right around $53,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To that sexy door panel. Love what they did with the F Sport trim. You're gonna get that silver, nice brushed aluminum silver trim, and the two-tone is just mind-boggling. The red stitching, the cherry red, soft touch material, both on the door panel and the armrest. There is some gloss black around the switch gear, but I love that speaker grill cover up top. That Mark Levinson sound system, multi-speaker sound system, did a really great job. Door pocket is a little tight. maybe 2 hot dogs from Costco, and that's about it that you're gonna fit in that door pocket. Going from the door panel to the dash, same sexiness with the red stitching. You got that silver trim. I'm so glad they didn't do carbon fiber. Carbon fiber has been so overplayed. It's nice to have something a little different. Speaking of something different, this is all new. That's a 12.3-inch touchscreen. So no longer are you forced to use the Lexus trackpad system. Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, very, very easy to navigate through. You could bring up your AC controls, radio stations, obviously Sirius XM. You could go into your different modes. The one thing I'm a little bummed out about, when you throw it in reverse, you're not getting a 12-inch visual display of that backup camera, and the resolution is quite low. So we are gonna have to zonk that. But like I said, having that touchscreen capability, watch this. You could go into your climate control settings, have it over here now, go back, very fast reacting, very intuitive. And I don't mind this iPad style. I think it really allows you to see what's going on. It's tilted towards the driver. You have your analog Lexus clock, and you got your mode selector. So we got our different modes: Eco, Sport S, Sport Plus. I can't wait to show you on the business end what these different modes show on your instrumentation. Now we do have this flat black area. You're gonna get dual climate control. I like the way they have actual knobs for things and buttons if you don't wanna use the screen. So you got your dual climate control, real easy to figure out. Your start stop button is conveniently placed. I'm gonna move the shifter out of the way so that we could showcase all the fun down here. Ventilated seats, heated seats, 2-stage heating on the steering wheel. You could put up your automated shade in the back window. And of course your passenger has the same thing. We do have a CD player with the Mark Levinson sound system. Bring out the Warrant, bring out the Pearl Jam, bring out the Beastie Boys. It's gonna sound clear as day. I do like this finish. I don't know why they didn't use this finish on the door panels by the switchgear. Open it up, cup holder, open this guy, 2 USBs and an aux jack. Close it back up. Look how clean that is. There's the pesky trackpad, but you don't have to use it. It's just there. Just don't use it if you don't want to. This is going to control the 8-speed automatic. Love the perforated leather, the red stitch work. You got a nice little palm rest here. Another cup holder. And then here's your Lexus key fob. Still looking good. Classy. Nice light size. The only thing I zonk on these is that you don't have remote start on the actual key fob itself. Soft touch, the red, watch this. I could open it for me, but I could also open it for you. That's smart engineering. Wireless charging, and then you have enough room in here. You could probably put those 2 trophies you got from field day back in 5th grade for the potato sack race and the 3-legged race. You could put those trophies in there. They're not gonna get scratched. And then the seats. They do one heck of a job. Look at the F Sport badging up top on the headrest. And then the perforated material, the black with the red. It is a cherry bomb in here. Full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. Standard size sunroof, which I'm okay with. Plenty of room. I feel great in here. Coming over the business end, I want to show you behind this F Sport leather wrap steering wheel in our ES350. All right guys, business time. The great news is you get 3 memory seat settings. I like the tasteful, very simple aluminum Lexus sill plate right there. Doesn't light up or anything, but it looks great. And their foot box, Lexus does an awesome foot box. You're gonna get aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. Seat controls, easy to get to. All of the nice adjustments you want. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom, even with the sunroof, and then steering wheels. Not a flat bottom wheel, but it's a sexy wheel. Soft leather, perforated and smooth, the red contrast stitching, the F Sport logo, the Lexus badging in the center, even the way they do the buttons, no gloss black. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down the 8-speed automatic, and it is electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Now, the dash itself is that large 7-inch TFT display. I love the clarity. When you go into the different modes, it actually changes the tack up, which is great. We're gonna leave it Sport Plus, that's how we do it. And then you can scroll through a ton of information in the center, but watch this. Hocus pocus, alakazam, you actually can move the dash, and then that brings up more information and move it right back. Love that technology. Full head-up display with all the important information. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the back seat Let's see if your passengers are going to enjoy riding in this luxury midsize sedan. All right, guys, backseat time in the Lexus ES 350 F Sport. Tons of space back here. They really do a great job. And when you compare it to the competition, you are getting a good amount of room. Now, backs of the seats, you'll get that soft touch material with the stitching. They do give pockets on both sides. You could easily put 2 personal pan pizzas without busting the pocket back here. And you're gonna have AC vents to keep you nice and cool as you're eating your pepperoni, your chicken and pineapple, whatever you're putting on your pizza nowadays. And then connectivity, we got 12 volts and we have, check it out, 2 USB-Cs. So they really take care of your passengers with connectivity. Room is awesome, the Mark Levinson sound system, and you get a Charmin Soft triple quilted armrest with cup holders. And then remember, we have that pass-through for the gnome. So you have your gnome in there. They could hand you, your gnome can hand you some chips, some Twinkies, whatever you're snacking on, put it back up, and it's lockable. If your gnome is a pain in the rear end, lock them in the trunk. But speaking of the gnome in the trunk, let's see how much space there is back there for that little guy. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, trunk space time, real simple. You're gonna hit the button, nice electric assist, opens up, wide opening, nice deep cargo floor. That really showcases that, yes, you could own a sedan, a midsize sedan, and still put a ton of junk in the trunk. You could see that center pass through if you have longer items to send through. But basically what you're looking at is 17 cubic feet of space in the trunk of this ES 350. If you lift up the cargo mat here, you'll notice that you do get a spare underneath the foam that helps with sound deadening and sound cancellation. We're gonna put this back in here so I don't get yelled at by Lexus. Very usable space, but you know what? To me, it's not about the space, it's about the drive. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in the new refreshed ES 350 F Sport. All right, guys, we're leaving our mysterious parking lot location. We're in the 2022 ES 350 F Sport. Right away, you're gonna notice that massive 12.3-inch screen, well within reach because it is a full touch screen to activate whatever you need to on it. You have your head-up display. Love the F Sport steering wheel. And these seats, they feel as good as they look. Everywhere you touch, high-quality materials. And when you're comparing this to the other German Euros that are in this class, this mid-sized luxury sedan class, they really did hit on all of the touch points very, very well, where you're going to be placing your fingertips, your hands, your arms. Everything feels really nice quality in here. Visibility out the front is great, brake pedal action, and even though this is not a true F vehicle, an ESF, I have been noticing in the driving of it that they definitely did some tuning to the suspension like they claim that they did. But let's go ahead from a roll. I want to go full on throttle. On throttle, 8-speed drops down, and we are off and running. You'll notice how the tack changes color as you get closer to red line. And because of that linear power delivery, it actually feels faster than what the numbers proclaim. So I would be curious to do an actual test myself to see what that 0 to 60 is, because you ask 10 different people to do a test with a vehicle, they're gonna give you 10 different numbers at the end of the day, because there's a lot of different variables that equate to 0 to 60. But steering feels good. Those paddles on the back of the wheel that allow you to shift through the 8-speed automatic transmission. And what's really great too is that between the different modes, you're gonna get a distinctive driving difference between them, which is super smart, because some vehicles you go in Sport, you go in Sport Plus, they feel the same. But in this ES 350, they definitely feel different, how the throttle sensitivity is, steering, and definitely how the 8-speed automatic communicates with that 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. I love the way it's got ventilated seats, heated seats, and how cool to have that moving bezel of a display right in front of you to give you that extra information like G-force. But I'm going to come to a complete stop. Nobody's behind us. Remember, front-wheel drive car. We're going to go on throttle. Here we go. Little bit of traction loss, but we're off and running into this left-hand bend. Nice and composed. No understeer yet. Going on throttle. Wow, look at that. Little bit of push there. So the front end pushed just a tad because this is front-wheel drive. We're trying to ask the tires to accelerate us and turn at the same time. But still, on the straight and narrow, you're getting a nice ride quality. It's not going to beat you up. And the sound deadening material's really well done. You're not getting a lot of that outside noise inside the cabin of this ES350 F Sport. You're going to get the upgraded Lexus 2.5 plus safety protection, blind spot monitoring. You got cyclist warning, pedestrian warning, so you're going to be fully protected with this Lexus ES350. But let's get on the highway. On throttle, here we go. Drops down, you can see that G meter do its business. I like the sound in the cabin, even though it is obviously done through the speaker system. It does have a nice sound to it, and getting up to highway speed excuse me, is not an issue whatsoever. Once you are on the highway, this is really where the Lexus ES350 earns its money, is just being super smooth, even over these expansion joints. I just like the way there's a nice, tight, solid vault feel inside of the cabin of this ES350 F Sport. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what 2022 is bringing to the table. We're going to get back to where this all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been another great day with this Lexus ES350 F Sport. I definitely got to thank Zach, Ryan, Amanda, the whole crew over at Toyota and Lexus for allowing Rady's Rides access to this press fleet vehicle. Let me know what you think. Is this the king of the mid-size luxury SUVs? I think Lexus is doing something very unique with their styling. Of course, we can't forget the reliability, dependability, and that resale value. But I'm very curious to know, which luxury mid-size sedan would you go with? What brand? Put that in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the first link in the description, become a Rady's Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the muscle behind the camera. She knows how to do the business with that whole setup. Show Lori some love in the comment section. She's going to be winning all the awards this year. Thank you, Lori, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.